On December 12th, 2014, this is BridgeHands Social Lesson number 17, Day 1, Part 1. Greeting, Bridge friends. I am Michael, and today we are going to enter the world of weapons of mass distraction, i.e. competitive bidding, beginning with overcalls in the direct seat. Now, if you are already up to speed and would prefer to skip over the essentials, by all means, feel free and go ahead and skip forward to the play of the hand in segment 2 of this episode. However, even if you feel you already know all the aspects of overcalls, I can guarantee you that once we get to the table and start to play the 6 hands and 19 total variations, I might add, during play, you're going to be quite surprised by some of the best lines of play and some of the bridge hands here at BridgeHands. Well, okay, let's go ahead and begin. So first off, why do we want to overcall anyway? Well, for sure, we are hoping to find a partnership fit. And better yet, if we have a fit in the master spade suit and the opponents, then they have to step up to the next level when competing with us. And even when they have better values, sometimes it pays to make a sacrifice bid, especially when we can leverage the vulnerability. So even if they make a penalty double and we go down, maybe one, we still might be off and having a better score than allowing them to easily make their contract. And let's not forget, when they double our 2 heart, 2 spade, or 3 level contract in any suit, if we do make our bid, their risky double of our score will cause our score to double. Plus, we get a bonus for the insult. Plus, we get a big fat game bonus. So unless it's blatant that we have overbid, we might squeak by without even being penalized. Now that gets us to the rule of 2, 3, and 4 that we discussed in a previous lesson, and that is that if we go down 2 with unfavorable vulnerability, if we go down 3 with neutral vulnerability, or if we go down 4 with favorable vulnerability, and they were going to make their game, then the risk-reward would be worth it. Just be sure you don't make a phantom sacrifice. That is where we make a bid where they can't make their game, and we go down too many when they would just be playing in a part score contract. Well, okay, and of course, we want to take a look at the preempts from a desirable effect to obstruct the opponents from making accurate bids, especially if they're in a game or a slam contract. We're consuming valuable bidding space. The oxygen in the room gets a little bit thinner. Now, assuming you make sound preempts with chunky primary honors, in your long suit, preempt bids provide partner with an excellent lead direction. Now, you know partners, otherwise they always seem to lead the 4th best of their own suits and never yours. So if you make a preempt and it is worthwhile, suit that partner leads where you have some chunky honors. So if your preempt suit is worthwhile, that is, it's got some good honors, and partner leads it, you might promote your suit in a no-trump contract. Or perhaps partner plays high-low, and you give him a ruff as well as a finesse and an honor in the dummy suit. I mean, it could happen. After all, you would rather first do your business with partner before they have a chance to ruff, finesse, promote, or whatever they do on their side suits. Well, and of course, conventional bids, bids that accurately provide partner a description of your shape or your strength, can be especially helpful. Certainly a takeout double shows the strength in the other 3 suits, right? As well as shortness in the suit that your righty, the opponent, has bid. Now accordingly, we can first double after then ignoring our partner's response and bid our own long, strong suit when we have a pretty 17 points or more to let partner that we have a strong interest in game when our partner has a modicum of help, maybe 7, 8 points or so. And when we Q-bid the opponent suit, or immediately jump to 2 no trump, we are showing a 2-suited hand looking for a partnership fit, as well as taking up valuable bidding space from the opponents. Now more on the Michael's Q-bid and the unusual 2 no trump in an upcoming lesson. Well, okay. Enough chalk talk. Let's go ahead and look at some bidding scenarios for a normal overcall. Lefty opens 1 club, and you overcall 1 spade. Back in the olden days, conservative bidders would have full openers or at least 11 or 12 high card points. Well, however, these days, a large number of competitive players overcall with maybe 8 worthwhile points. And quite a few players will do so with no more than a suit headed by ace queen on a 5-card plus suit, especially if it's the master suit. Now, if they have more than 5 and no values, they may jump a level and make a preempt bid. Well, okay, next. Righty opens 1 diamond. Unfortunately, this time you do not have a long suit in the majors, but it's in clubs. So if you want to bid clubs and you do it at the next level too, then you must make an extra trick to make your score. Now that you better have at least 12 points or more in the scenario and have a good 5-card or a fair 6-card suit to venture in the unknown where partner may not have many points to speak of and you're saying you're going to take 8 tricks, right? Okay, again, righty opens 1 diamond, but this time you have 15 to 17-ish points and stoppers in righty, right-hand opponent suit, so you can overcall 1 no trump to share the good news with partner. In a future lesson, we're going to get much more in-depth on no trump overcalls at the 1, 2, and count them 3 levels. Well, okay, looking at our first hand, our right-hand opponent opens 1 club with 3 toppers in the suit. Nice. We may have only 8 high card points, and all of our honors seem to be working here, and if they win the auction, we would love to either promote the suit if the opponents are no trump, or perhaps give our partner an early ruff. And on the lay of the cards here, we might even get in a finesse to win the first 3 tricks all on our own. So generally, we are proud to make an overcall when we have a good 5-card suit or longer with nice honors, and the bidding begins 1 club and we overcall 1 diamond, or if we had a 5-card major, fine. We'll do it also without a lot of extra points. Okay, so on our second hand, the right-hand opponent has a 1 diamond oper. Uh-oh, this time our 5-card suit is a lower ranking than righties, so if we're going to bid, this is the situation where we have to come in at the 2 level. Do we have enough points? Well, yes, indeed. We have a good 5-card suit with 3 working honors, which we love, 12 high card points, plus 1 for length with a 5-card suit, mind you. So, without fear or trepidation, we overcall 2 clubs. So, do you see the added benefit with this bid? Lefty, our left-hand opponent, could no longer bid a 4-card major suit, even if they do have 10 points plus. They should have 5 to come in at 2 level, right? 5 and dime bid, 10 points, and 5 are longer in a suit. And while they can make a negative double with 1 4-card suit, which suit is it? And if our partner goes up 1 level in our suit, they're going to have a hard time finding it, aren't they, if they come in at the 3 level on our partner. And looking at the 2 exposed hands, they probably would have 4 spades, and partner has 5 of them, right? Or perhaps left-hand opponent has 5 spades, but not 10 points, and must either make a negative double or just pass. Either way, when we overcall 2 clubs or a preemptive 2-level bid, life for the responder is tough, isn't it? On our third hand, East has a reasonable hand with spread honors, and despite the fact that they have a 4 triple 3, they're going to open 1 diamond with a nice minor suit. Fortunately, as we see here, we are blessed with 15 high card points plus 2, not 1, but 2, count them, stoppers in the righty suit. So you know what that means, right? Right, we overcall 1 no trump, and we are optimistic that we can promote our club suit to make maybe 4 or 5 tricks in that suit, plus a few in diamonds, and some more in our good partner's hand, right? Okay, in our next episode, we're going to cover lots of details associated with 1 no trump overcalls. Once again, at the 1 level like we've done here, at the 2 level, if our righty has preempted, or goodness knows, we might even do it at the 3 level when we have a stopper in righty suit and a long running minor suit. More on that later. Well, okay, here's some useful tips when making a bid and what criteria we should use. As you shall soon see, suit quality in your long suits is important. In fact, in the play of the hands, we're going to drum it in our heads why if we don't have suit quality, it can come back to haunt us. So we like to have primary honors And if we can have a queen or the jack and the 10, all the better. And of course it helps to have general strength, primary honors in the other suits. Naturally, the higher the auction by the right-hand opponent, maybe they're preempting, the greater trick-taking ability we will need to make our contract. Overcalling righties one club is far easier than if they were to initially open preemptively with a 3-club bid. There's a saying that goes, the 3-level auction belongs to the opponents, oftentimes at any rate. So when you have values, a longer suit or possibility of a partnership fit in an undisclosed auction suit, it may be worth making a bid, assuming the sacrifice pays handsome dividends. Now, tripping down memory lane, in the mid-1920s, Harold Vanderbilt added the concept of vulnerability to bridge. Very interesting. When he was on a cruise ship, had time on his hands, and said, I think I like this idea of having a bigger risk or reward to make game or not. And as we've discussed on the rule of 2, 3, and 4, we have greater level of impunity to bid higher when we are non-vulnerable, if they were going to be in a game contract. Hopefully, making the opponents bid them up to an uncomfortable bidding level. And yes, they might go down. Okay, so yes, having a partnership fit is an even greater gift. Without looking at the vulnerability, according to the law of total tricks, we generally want to bid up to the level of our combined number of cards between us and our partner, those number of tricks we hope to make. So despite lacking strength, adding up to our combined number of cards in a given suit, let's say I have 5 and you have 4 equals 9, we can bid up to the 3 level. That is 9 cards minus our 6 cards for our book, where the bidding begins, means we can bid up to the 3 level with not much more than our charming personality. Now, of course, there are a few other secondary factors like suit quality, having extra long suit, or a secondary fit with partner, and we don't have enough time to discuss all of those in details here. So please check out our Pulling You lessons on losing trick count and the law of total tricks, LOTT, when you're ready and you have some time. Okay, but wait, there's more. The criteria to consider when overcalling, and like Gestalt, we cannot separate the whole from the parts. Each of these are basic fundamental principle understanding to the factors here, and they can save you a whole lot of playing later if you understand them. Now, certainly, the relative seat around the table does make a difference. So if your left-hand opponent open and there are 2 passes, and you can take some liberties to keep the auction alive, borrowing the proverbial king from your partner, if you will, 3 points or so to keep the auction alive. Conversely, when you are in the second seat, that is when your right-hand opponent has opened and your partner has not yet had a chance to bid, you ought to have a more reasonable hand when you're making a free bid in the direct seat. And we saw some of the suit qualities and length we would like to have earlier. Now, in a later lesson, we're going to plunge more into bidding in the pass-out seat. Number 2, looking across the table, or back at yourself if you're looking in a mirror. On the wall, consider your partner or your own personal bidding style. After all, bridge is supposed to be a partnership game, right? Good partners understand that the power of harnessing the dyad, that is 2 heads, are far better than 1, especially if you have mastered effective communication. And as Plato taught us, the first and best victory is to conquer ourselves. Yes. Well, okay, as we gain proficiency, we look at bridge as far more than just looking at our own 13 cards. So after evaluating your hand and strength, consider the bidding inferences and assets in both the values and shape of everyone's hand around the table. When you have a long suit, you should wonder who else either has a long suit, a short suit, or maybe some 2-suited hands. And if your opponents hesitate, seem to make inadvertent gestures, have quirky mannerisms or other tells, by all means consider the implications, perhaps at your own peril, but at least be aware of what they are. Now, naturally, keeping partnership trust is paramount, and once lost, it's hard to earn it back despite your elegant, stated good intentions. Or as the saying goes, we judge others by their actions and ourselves by our intentions? Maybe not. So when the partner bravely makes a bid in the pass-out seat, especially when partner was initially a passed hand, after the opponents re-enter the bidding at the 3 level, try not to chime in the bidding, make it go up higher, lest the opponents double you for a penalty. We don't like to punish our partners, do we? Okay, well, no one wants to see their partners distort the strength or suit quality when they make a call. Yes, you may get lucky once in a while, but the odds are that this is a surefire way to destroy the partnership trust for the rest of the day or longer. Not only that, but in a way, you are implying that the opponents are better than you and your partner, and that guessing is your only hope to beat them. So psych bids, no, I don't approve of them. If you do them few and far between, and if you're going to do it, you better do it on the last hand, but it may be a long, silent trip if you're riding with your partner going back home. Okay, bridge friends, thanks for hanging in there, covering the basics of overcalls in direct seat. Now, in our upcoming segments, we will get into the nitty-gritty of some of the more potent calls, including the exciting world of preemptive overcalls, seeing what works in some situations, maybe not so much. Now, in future shows, we're going to delve into the takeout double, Q bids, no trump overcalls in the direct seat. But wait, there's more as the plot thickens when we, as responders, make bids after our partner has made a bid, or maybe making a call when our partner is a pass hand. Also when the left hand and right hand opponent have made bids. Yes, competitive bidding and the associated play of bridge hands are truly one of the most exciting aspects of bridge, or as Dr. Joe Vitale once said, a worthwhile goal should scare you a little bit and excite you a lot. So come on by BridgeHands.com, log in, and tune in for the rest of this show, plus hundreds of hours of videos in our past shows. Now, those with the free premium or ultra membership can check out our next segment where we will play 4 hand variations on the basic overcall. And for our premium and ultra members, we have lots of fun bidding and playing an additional 15 hands, count them, 15 more, with some surprising twists and turns, tips, as well as a couple traps that you and your partner will want to avoid. And our ultra members have the added benefit of viewing our Hot W, the hands of the week, with unstructured lessons where we contrast real bidding and play by an assortment of different players at different tables, all at the same time playing the same bridge hands. So as always, I hope you have a fun day playing bridge, and I look forward to seeing you on the flip side. Bye for now.